What is up, guys? I am ExxotikGaming, and today I am back with another Pixel Gun 3D weapon review. And for today's review, I decided to take a break from the constant reviewing I've been doing on all of the most recent weapons which have came out in this game, and take a step back in time about 6 or 7 months, and do a review on one of the older weapons in this game. This weapon is called the Hydra UP1, a very cool looking and very unique weapon in the premium section. Now, I'm just going to flat out say it here right at the very beginning. In terms of the highest level bracket, from around levels 26 through 35, where you encounter a majority of adamant armored level players, this is not your ideal premium weapon. This is certainly not the most powerful area damage weapon in the game, and it's weird, because this weapon says it has a 17 lethality, but like I always say whenever doing these reviews, you cannot base a weapon off of its stats in the shop menu, because a majority of the time, those stats do not accurately represent how a weapon can perform in-game. Now, this weapon does have the potential to become a much better weapon than what it is currently, with a 17 lethality, 67 firing rate, 6 capacity, and 115 mobility. Because this weapon is only a UP1 version of the weapon, just like the laser disc thrower and the plasma releaser, where there still has a potential to add a second upgrade to this weapon, which I honestly think would make this a much more desirable weapon than what it currently is right now. Now, the one thing that makes this weapon much different from every other weapon that has an area damage capability in Pixel Gun 3D is that this weapon does not have a single shot, like every other area damage weapon does in this game. When you press the firing button one single time, 3 different little balls of fire come out of the dragon's mouths. Because, as you guys can see with this weapon, it's basically a dragon's head, 3 dragon's heads, and each of them spit out fireballs at you, like this, as you guys can see. I'm shooting 6 different shots, but only taking up 2. This is one single shot, and it takes out 3. So it is a very unique feature with this thing that a lot of other premium, in fact, to be quite frank, 0 premium weapons have. And as you guys can see, this weapon is not half bad when it comes to people who do not have adamant armor. But when you go up against people who have adamant armored and even fully armored, ruby armored players, it gets very, very difficult to take them out. Because as you guys could see there, it was 11 shots to take out an adamant armored player, and that means you have to shoot all of yours accurately 4 times against an enemy player. That doesn't mean 11 times you push the button, but 11 of the actual fireballs. So technically you have to press the button 4 times and make every single one of the fireballs that come out of the dragon, each of those 4 times, to actually hit the enemy player. And hey, maybe if you are a super accurate Pixel Gun 3D player where you can literally hit an enemy every single time, then this might turn out to be a somewhat decent weapon. But at the state that it is right now, if you are somebody around my level, I just highly recommend not getting this weapon. If you are a lower level player, on the other hand, where you are under around level 20, then this might be a serious candidate for you. Where if a majority of the time you never see a ruby armored player, and almost every single time you see an enemy player, they have gold armor, then hey, you seriously want to consider getting this thing, because it is quite a decent weapon in terms of lower level gameplay. But when you get to the higher levels like I am in right now, it just doesn't really work out. Not entirely sure why it disconnected me from the room right there, but we will continue on. Now, I do have to say, this is one of the coolest looking weapons in Pixel Gun 3D, so if you're basing off of your weapons solely on the fact that if it looks good or not, hey, go right ahead, because for me personally, I have to say this is one of the coolest looking ones in all the weapons in Pixel Gun 3D. There may be a couple of other ones which look a little bit cooler, like I love the laser crossbow, but this definitely is one of the coolest looking weapons in Pixel Gun 3D. And sometimes, looks are all that matters. I mean, hey, whenever I do my gameplay not competitively and I'm just aiming to have fun, I never really use the most powerful weapons in Pixel Gun 3D. I always use the ones that actually bring a lot of fun to me. And now, to be truthful, this one doesn't bring the most fun to me, but hey, maybe some people really like this because it's just a really unique weapon and there's no other premium weapon like it. So it's a very unique weapon, guys, and hey, if you want anything that's unique and very, very different, then I say go ahead and get this thing, because there is no other premium weapon like it. But to be completely honest, if you really wanted a premium weapon which has a faster firing rate than the average one, like for example the Firestorm UP2 or something like that, then I'd say go for something in the secondary section which has a much faster firing rate, like maybe go for the Plasma Releaser, or even go for the Hot Plasma Pistol, because why not? I mean, hey, go for something like that, and that has a very fast firing rate, and instead of it being a 3 little shot burst, it will be a consistent amount of shots before you actually, run out of ammo. Like, if I can show you guys something that has a consistent amount of shots like the Plasma Releaser here, you'll see with the Plasma Releaser, it just consistently fires a bunch of shots and really easily takes out an enemy player. So it's a very unique weapon like that. Not too many weapons are actually like that, so that's why it's pretty unique, but the Hydra UP1 is very unique because it has the 3-shot burst. So I mean, if I could rate this thing out of a 1 to 10 rating, I'd probably give this thing a 3 or a 4 for the highest armored and leveled players. But if you are a lower level player, then hey, this thing might turn into like a 6 or a 7. To be completely honest, I still have to say, if you want any sort of area damage weapon, the only thing you really need is the solar power cannon, and after getting that, you're pretty much set. All the other ones perform very similarly to it, and you really only need one to get the maximum of decent gameplay. But hey, if you're somebody who is not really super tight on coins, and you have enough coins to be able to spend for some extra stuff, then you might want to consider it, just because, like I said, it's very, very unique. Now, this weapon is probably not something you would see me using too much off camera, just because it honestly, for me, is something that's pretty rage-inducing. In all honesty, I tend to get pretty mad when using this thing whenever I'm doing just random gameplay. That's why I never really use it, and probably not too many people who are watching this who have seen me in-game have actually seen me using this. I've only used it a bit, mostly before when I first got the weapon, because I wanted to see how it worked, and, it didn't really turn out to be the best premium weapon for me. For other people, it might be the best premium weapon in the world, but for me personally, it just doesn't result in my best gameplay in the world. You guys have seen me use other premium weapons, and this one just doesn't really compare to what the ones that I normally get. So it's a trade-off situation. All people are different in terms of the premium weapons that they choose. Some people might do perfectly with this one. Some people just could not get a single kill for the life of them. And it all depends really on the matches that you join. At the very beginning of this match, I really was lucky, and I saw a lot of people that had ruby armor and stuff like that, and it seems like now it's turning into a mainly adamant armored match. So in turn, it's going to be very difficult for me to get even one single kill. Like, you guys saw how long it took before I killed that one single enemy player. That took a lot of shots to take them out, and in most likelihood, if they have something like the prototype or anything that is somewhat better than the Hydra, they are probably going to take you out while you are attempting to take them out. So this one is a very skill-based weapon. You have to try to get that enemy player to not kill you before you kill them. And that's very, very difficult, because a majority of the people that I encounter will have something like the Storm Hammer, or like I said, the Solar Power Cannon, or the Prototype. So not too many people will have weapons where you can actually perform with them, with the Hydra, and that's why I say at a lower level it's different, because at level 27 you unlock some of the best weapons in this game, and anybody below that level will not have something like the Storm Hammer, so it'll be much easier to kill people because they won't have something like the Storm Hammer and the UP2 versions of certain weapons, and they will have less powerful weapons, and you will have something like the Hydra, so it will become much more comparable in terms of gameplay. But as you guys can see, I'm not doing terribly. I'm getting a decent amount of kills. I got 12 kills last match, and I don't really know how many kills I have this match, but not the best gameplay for sure. Obviously, since this is a area damage weapon, you really can only use this at close range. please do not try to use this thing at long range. It will not work. You will not get a single kill probably. I mean, you might get some of those rare kills, but a majority of the time you are not going to kill somebody, especially at the higher levels where if it's 11 shots to kill an adamant armored player, and say you're down below in Heaven Garden on the base level and somebody is jumping from cloud to cloud and you're trying to use this and get all 11 shots to hit them, it's not going to work because they're moving around a lot. Area damage weapons have a travel time, and if you manage to kill somebody like that, you are a very, very skillful player. So, yeah guys, I don't really have much else I need to say about this weapon other than what I said already. I mean, just stay away from this thing if you are above around level 20, 22 or something like that. I mean, the good judgment to this weapon is if you are somebody and you actually encounter a lot of Ruby armored players or up, Ruby or Adamant, don't get this thing. Or if a majority of the players that you encounter have gold armor or diamond armor, then you should definitely consider this thing because you actually have a chance to take them out. But at the armor level that I'm at right now, it doesn't really work out. So, yeah guys, very interesting weapon for sure. In all honesty, if I could rate this weapon based off of how unique it is, I'd probably give this thing a 9 out of 10 because there's no other weapon like it. I mean, it's pretty cool that Really Soft designed a weapon which had it's based off of the Hydra, so you had 3 different dragon's heads, and each of the dragon's heads spit little balls of fire, and it's a really, really cool design. Props to Really Soft for designing a cool weapon looking like this, but unprops for making it as underpowered as what it is. I really hope Really Soft does make a UP2 version to this though in the future. Do you guys really want that? I'd like you guys to let me know in the comments if you would like to see a UP2 version of this in the future as well, because I honestly think if there was a UP2 version and from a 17 capacity or a 17 lethality it turned to, I don't know, a 24 lethality, this could turn into a very, very sought after weapon. Not an overpowered weapon. I don't really want Really Soft to make this overpowered, but just a very good weapon where it would compare with something like the Armageddon or the Hippo or even the Nutcracker or something like that, to make it something that people would actually want to buy. So that's pretty much it for my review on the Hydra UP1, guys. It's been a while since this weapon was released, and I apologize if anybody wanted this review the second after this weapon was released. It's okay. You only had to wait like 6 or 7 months. That's a long time. That's a long time. But hopefully, you guys are all happy that I'm finally reviewing this now. If you guys did enjoy this review, then be sure to hit that like button, comment, favorite, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Pixel Gun 3D videos. Be sure to go check out all of my other reviews I have done on my channel. I have done well over 100 weapon reviews on almost every single weapon in this game. A lot of weapons I have reviewed, and I don't have too many left. I have, I'd say, around 20 weapons left, and that won't take that much time. If I do them pretty consistently, then, well, that's pretty much all the ones that I need to have. So, guys, go through the list of weapon reviews that I already have done, and comment down below which one you would like to see next. Like, I have the tactical bow that I have not done yet, the balloon cannon, and numerous other ones like that. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to go check out my other series I have done on Pixel Gun 3D. I have numerous series that I do on this game. A Deadly Games series, a 1v1 series. I do a series on colored weapon gameplays, random weapon gameplays. I do just so many different series, it's hard to actually keep track of them. So yeah, and be sure to go check out my other series I do on different games. Like the one that I actually don't know what game I'm doing right before this one, because I'm posting this video after the video that comes out right before this. But be sure to go check out the video that I posted right before this one, because I'm sure you guys would think it's a pretty funny video. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching, and let's go get one last kill. Obviously not going to be against this person. Honestly, this one can perform pretty comparatively with the anti-gravity blaster. If I could choose any weapon which it's very similar to, it's the anti-gravity blaster. I mean, not similar to, but equal in terms of lethality. So yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all after I kill so many freaking people. It's gonna, you just won't even be able to handle it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and how many more times am I gonna say that? Can I just kill this one last person? I mean, hey, I did a majority of damage to them. It's only fair to finish off the job, you know? You gotta finish off the job. So, Let's go do it. Alright. Almost. Kill assist. Alright, I'll just take that. I'll take that as a kill. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode.